Check 1 2 1 2. All right, so this is the first attempt to talk on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the DJI mic. So we'll see how it goes. Right now we're just leaving a cafe. Try to kill some time since my power was still out, but just got a notification that the power is restored. So it's always the simple things, you know. So right now I'm gonna head to the grocery store, get some groceries for the week, and cook up a really, really good dinner, a home cooked meal, something I haven't had in a while. Been on vacation, came back, no power for about 3 days, which I'm not complaining at all. There's some people that had it worse. Now we on the move. Let's go. Cruising. Get it? Cruising. Leaving the spot now. Heading to the grocery store. You know, no other place other than HEB. Got some work done at the cafe. Spent about 3-4 hours just getting some things in line for the next coming weeks and months. For the brand, for teaching, my fitness services. Just trying to be creative, you know, for the most part. I always find it hard to figure out what to talk about just because I'm still not used to talking to the camera. I don't do it often. And I would kind of consider myself more of an introvert in that sense where, you know, there's no responses coming back to me. It's very hard to create dialogue. So I'm going to give it a try and, you know, just get better little by little. Each recording, each video, that's the goal. As far as just topics and things to talk about, kind of a deep dive into my mind and how I see the world. I think perspective is an important thing, just because everybody has different circumstances and we're brought up differently. So I think it's great to get perspective from all people. Like when I look at people on YouTube, or I watch videos of some of my favorite YouTubers and like their daily vlogs, it's always dope to see how they communicate with the camera. And, you know, everybody basically starts from somewhere, not being pros, and eventually building the skills to get better. So that's the goal right now, is just constantly improve, constantly get better. That's basically what I do with everything. It's about the pursuit, not about the results. The results will come. It's always a byproduct. Yeah, heading to the grocery store. Just gonna pick up a few things and what I'm gonna be making tonight. I'm gonna keep it super simple and get back into the routine of things. So super excited about that. Let's go. Kitchen. This is probably where I spend, man, a lot of my time. I typically have parts of the day where I'm mainly home. We'll train a few clients in the morning, a few group classes in the morning for fitness. And then midday, I have a block of maybe 2 to 3 hours at most, where I kind of just get all my errands done, get my house tidied up, eat lunch, rest, work on some things for the brand, and then, you know, prepare to go back in the evening to teach jiu-jitsu classes. I teach kids class, I teach jiu-jitsu classes for adults Monday through Thursday. And Fridays, typically I work on helping clients out for privates and also one-on-one mobile training. And that's pretty much my week, man. It's very repetitive. I would say it's very monotonous work, but I really do enjoy what I do. Getting to help people, getting to interact with people, and not just be stuck at a desk job like most people. And that's something that I thought about when I was a lot younger. It's like, I think the whole idea of going to a corporate job, sitting in the office, getting your days off, your leave, and just slave away. I never saw myself in that light. I always wanted to do something a little bit more impactful, something more purposeful. And by, you know, luck and just making good choices, connecting with the right people, and just constantly growing in the field that I want to get better at, it has opened up a lot of opportunities for me to really put myself on that path. So it's been, man, it's been great. Still not where I want to be at. I don't think I'll ever be content with where I'm at, just because I have a very growth mindset mentality, and I just always want to keep learning. I always want to keep growing, and I think that's the key to life is learning, obtaining knowledge, building skills, and then somehow finding a way to give that back to people and use that as a positive influence to help impact somebody's life in a positive way. So that's literally my life, and there's nothing I'd rather be doing, but creating, helping, inspiring, motivating, whatever you call it, all that good stuff. Next thing on the list of things to do, which is something I try to do at least once a week, because I try to keep my house pretty clean for the most part. Like nothing really gets out of order, but when it does, I try to at least vacuum maybe once, at most twice a week, just to keep the floors clean, no dirt build up. And I don't know, it just makes me feel good. What a lot of people don't know is my dad actually owned a janitorial service business when I was younger, like maybe 5th grade all the way up until high school. And the cool thing is he had basically all of our family members working for him, helping them make extra cash, and just kind of enjoying family time, doing work. It was hard work, don't get me wrong, but it was fun. It was fun because we did it together, and that's where I made a lot of my money. And I feel that's one of the big lessons that taught me hard work and working for the things that you want, because my dad worked very hard, even my mom. And it was basically a whole family thing. So it was cool to contribute and offer my services to help the family, but on the side make some pretty good money for my age. I remember there's this time my dad gave me an envelope after he got paid every month from his big contracts, and I believe we had like maybe 6 or 7 contracts that we would do throughout the week, and every month he'd get like this really big fat check. I can't disclose what the amount was, but I just remember this one day very vividly. He gave me this envelope, this freaking fat stack white envelope, and I just remember looking at it and couldn't believe how much money was in it. And I had never seen that much money all at once up until that point. So it was crazy, and I think that was one of the moments that sparked that motivation. That damn, if you work hard, you can get really whatever you want. And it was very good lessons for me, and I'm very grateful. Very hard job. By no means was it easy, but we had to do what we had to do. Recognize it and clean it right under the vacuum. Forgot to record cutting the salmon, putting all the oil. I already cooked some rice right here. I have some broccolini in the air fryer on a low heat. That way I can get it soft. And then once I get it softer, I will bring up the temperature so we can get some charring on the vegetables. What I notice with the air fry is sometimes if you just throw it in and put high heat and air fry it, it completely dries it out and it becomes like brittle and flaky, and I don't like that. That's a waste of broccolini. So the trick that I figured out was you put it on very, very low heat, you bake it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then once it starts to get moist, it makes it easier to air fry, and there's a good balance between it being soft and it also being crispy. For the salmon, I just put some basic garlic salt, onion powder, and some black pepper, and then I fried it over some olive oil. I put the skin first so it can really like burn on high heat, and then I flipped it over to finish it off on the opposite side. So that's what we're working with right now, man. It's good. I'm excited. Since I got back from Puerto Rico, I feel like my eating times have been off. We were just always on the go in Puerto Rico, so I was eating at most maybe 2 meals a day. I'm used to eating 3 decent sized meals. Very excited to be back, get back to my routine and my schedule of eating. and just the foods that I enjoy eating, the foods that I like. And for the most part, the foods are clean, very healthy. I try to get grass-fed everything, non-farm raised fish, pasture-raised eggs. I just try to keep my diet very simple. I think that's where a lot of people make mistakes, is they overcomplicate it, and that is the one sure way to have unsustainable habits, when you make it too complicated. So my life is a lot about simplifying, just because of also convenience. It definitely makes it easier on a day-to-day basis. But here we go. We got some salmon. I might have left it on too long on the flesh and meat side, but check this out. Another addition that I love, I won't gatekeep it. It's something I grew up eating. We would put this all over our rice. Back in Guam, it's all about the seasonings, all about the sauces. And the diet was mainly meat and rice. So you can put that, or you can use soy sauce, whatever you like. Either one is great. Just wait on the broccolini, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what we're working with. But check that out. Boom. It's crazy. Look at that. This is actually one of my favorite meals. I try to eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, just for the omega-3s. It's great to have a good balance between fish oils. I do know that it's good for joint health, good for your arteries, good for your heart, cardiovascular system. If I start to smell the broccolini too, it's another thing. You see, this is what I mean. Like, if you leave it too long, before I had put it on air fry, it was perfect. It was nice and soft, no burnt ends. But I might have left it in too long on too high of heat, and it's super crispy now. It'll do. Let's get some. I try to get a good balance. That is really hot. I don't know why I'm grabbing that. Like, I have steel fingers. That was basically a whole clove that I put in there. Yeah, that's what we're working with right there. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Damn. Look at that color. That nice salmon pink / orange. Green with the broccolini. And you know you gotta have the rice. You know, if you're an islander / Asian, the rice is a staple. So this is my usual spot to eat, just because it's in the living room. But give me 1 second. I am going to make sure the stove and everything is off. I will get a coconut water. So I am very big on my hydration, making sure that most of the drinks I consume have some form of hydration benefit. Like, water is great. Water, don't get me wrong, water is amazing. It's just, you know, sometimes you want to drink something other than water, especially if you drink it a lot. I drink a ton of water a day just because I'm so active with being on the move all the time and then training. It's crazy. But yeah, it's nice to get a different taste. It makes it a lot more enjoyable, that's for sure. Water, I don't usually drink water out of a bottle, but since the power went out, my brother bought a case of water, and then I bought a 10-pack of these C2O coconut waters. So I'm gonna try it. Tried it before. It's been a while, so. Coconut water is great when it's not too sweet, and it has more of that natural flavor. There's some brands that are just too, it feels like they add too much stuff to it. And, you know, coming from an island, you have coconuts on the tree. You can literally climb up a tree, cut it with a big knife. We call it a machete. Chop the top, slice it up, and then, man, drink straight from it. And there's nothing more natural than coconut water. It's from its main source, the fruit. So this is definitely a good one. Here we go. First bite, second meal of the day. Quite big meal. So that seasoning that I showed you guys earlier, it's called furikake. It's basically seaweed, sesame seeds, Japanese seasonings in it, and it just pairs perfectly with like hot rice. I'm already thinking how I could have made the salmon better. I made it way better than this before. I think I rushed it, or the heat wasn't high enough when I put it on the skin side. So it can definitely be more crispy. But other than that, amazing, amazing meal. This is one of my staples. Comment down below what some of your favorite meals are to eat like on the daily that are part of your routine. And who knows, maybe I'll make some videos of how I prep my food, what I cook throughout the day, throughout the week. Treat meals. I don't say cheat meals, I say treat meals, where I kind of step away from my normal eating routine. Typically on the weekends, I love eating. Always being able to try new stuff on the weekends is a good break from my disciplined diet throughout the week. But yeah, comment down below. Like, subscribe, just show some love. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be doing more of these. Like I said earlier, just getting comfortable with talking on the mic, talking to you guys. Let's keep growing. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one wherever you're at in the world. Don't forget, upward, baby.